Iran War Live Updates, US and Iran trade attacks after the killing of US soldiers. Good evening, listeners. The headline tonight is that escalating tensions in the Middle East have intensified, following a recent US strike that killed several Iranian soldiers. The United States reports that a drone attack on an Iranian military installation in western Iran targeted a supply convoy, resulting in the deaths of 7 Iranian forces. The US officials say the target was linked to the Revolutionary Guards Quds Force, a unit that has been active in supporting proxy groups across the region. In immediate response, Iran has declared a willingness to retaliate. Tehran sent a warning that it would not back down and that further Iranian forces could be targeted. The Iranian government has announced that it will increase its military posture and has called in its own drones to protect key sites. Analysts point out that this exchange could trigger a new phase of the proxy war that has been simmering for years. But the conflict hasn't stayed confined to Iran. The Houthis, the Iran-backed armed coalition in Yemen, issued a bold statement that they would impose a blockade on Saudi shipping entering and leaving the Red Sea. They threatened that if they do not receive concessions, they will force ships through the strait with weapons and block the entire corridor. This is a serious escalation, because the Red Sea is a vital artery for utilities and global oil supplies. The U.S. has responded by escorting commercial and humanitarian vessels, and the naval security forces in the region have put additional patrols in place to keep trade lanes open. The United Nations and Western allies have urged restraint, noting the economic fallout from a Red Sea disruption. A brief comment from the UN Secretary General called for an immediate de-escalation, given the high stakes for international trade. Meanwhile, new proposals for mediation have emerged. Tehran has reportedly received offers from intermediaries in the region. Though not elaborated upon, these proposals are said to aim at easing some of the pressure points that have triggered the current exchange between Tehran and Washington. This could be the first step toward a broader diplomatic effort to prevent a wider regional war. Energy markets are already reacting. Brent crude has ticked up by 1.2% after fresh news of the confrontation. Oil traders warn that a blockage of the Red Sea could reduce shipping capacity by up to 20%, flooding some markets with higher prices as volumes dwindle. It is important to remember that the US and Iran are not engaging directly, but the cycle of strikes, counterstrikes, and proxy support is in plain view. Each side has framed its actions as a defense of sovereignty, but both sides carry a large reserve of scorched earth retaliation. In the broader context, this development could influence a host of other issues: Saudi-Iraqi relations, Iranian influence in the Gulf, and even the flow of humanitarian aid to Yemen. The knowledge that a single decision at the helm of any of these actors could tip the balance is exactly why diplomats are now ready to discuss in secret. We'll keep any further developments coming straight to you right here, where we cover the day's biggest stories in depth and help you understand their ripple effects. Thank you for listening, and we'll be back at the break tonight with more updates on this unfolding situation. Until then, stay informed, stay safe.